Hey guys, it's WMWesports. We're at the Japanese Grand Prix. Top 5 in the championship in this one. Matty 344, then Matterman 218, Rob Wills 210, myself 200, and then Scammer 191. This is our first lap that we did, which was on the mediums, just to get a taster of the track. And as we went through Dunlop, we hit that curb, and round we went, but no damage, but we'll abort the lap. And so this is our flying lap on the soft tyres. Currently in P3. As we brake for that first corner, having to saw out the wheel a little bit, so we lost a little bit of time there, gained it quickly. As we go through the snake section, this is looking tidy at the moment. Ooh, bit of understeer there, and again. So we lost a bit of time, but we bring it back as we head up into Dunlop. And so we've lost time on this lap so far. We were purple in the first sector, we go through the first Degner. Then the second Degner, we're back in the green. As we brake for what's affectionately known as Kobayashi hip. Gained a lot of time through there, much more grip on the softer tyre. 3200 Allen down to Spoon. Important we nail Spoon. And get a really good exit coming out of here. Short shift into fifth, straight down the hill. Need to carry enough speed through 130R, which we do. We've gone purple in the middle sector, down towards the Casio triangle. Can we nail this? Ooh, we're a bit wide. Ooh, we're a bit wide there. A bit hesitant going onto the accelerator. We're going to lose a little bit of time, but that is pole for the time being, and there's 2 seconds left of quali, so that looks like a very, very good lap at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see. And so as we're waiting, I know Matty's on a fast lap. And there's the news, Matty gets pole position. 2 tenths. For a front row start for the race. And so that's the qualifying confirmed. Only 2 tenths between myself and Matty on the front row, so it should be a good race. Looks as though we've got a similar amount of pace. I think we lost our time during the first sector and then coming out of the last chicane. And so we're on the grid. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And we get a good start off the line. Biscala gets an even better one on the cleaner side of the grid. And he's into Matty's toe. So we've lost the position there just from being starting on the wrong side of the grid. I think hitting Senna may have had a complaint if he was on pole on that side of the grid, or he did once. And so that's us down into P3. There's still 20 laps to go, and that's a virtual safety car now. And so this is a replay of the start. We get away from the grid quite well. New livery this week. We've gone for around the 2002 Williams, driven by Juan Pablo Montoya. And so we get a good start. I think if squeezing Paul, but he's already passed me. But our start is much better than those behind, so a clean enough start. Scammer, of course, well known for his quick start, so it's no surprise, especially when they're being on the cleaner side of the grid. But as we return, Scammer's going to run on Matty after the VSC. He's on the inside. He doesn't make it this time, but he's feeling very punchy at the moment, and we've already got quite the gap to those in 4th and 5th. So at the moment, this is a free car fight at the front. Some of the other faster drivers, such as Rob and Matterman, they've had a bad quality, opted to start on the mediums. And Scammer's right on the back of Matty here. He guns wide through there though, so that would have lost the momentum, but we couldn't take advantage of it just because of how quickly the corner comes up. Think of a dive bomb through there. Rather be patient, I think. Scammer gets really good traction coming off the hairpin. So less than a second separates the top 3 at the moment. This is our first racing lap through Spoon and into 130R. So Paul about 7 tenths behind Matty at this point. We're 4 tenths behind Scammer. Need to be hopeful that Matty doesn't run away with it. Scammer has got good straight line speed though. As he brakes late. Oh, there's contact! Oh, it's like hitting centre in it. And Alan Prost, there was contact there. Has Paul got damage? We've got a run on him. We're in the slipstream. ELS is on. This is for the lead. And yes, we make that stick. And what I want to do now, because this has let Mick in third catch up slightly, is I want to try and build a gap. Because I've seen for myself Scammer straight line speed, and I don't want him having DRS at the same time. So hopefully with our change in wing levels etc, it'll mean that I'm quicker in the corners and he's going to be quicker on the straights. As we do a purple first sector, and that's what we're going to need to do I think, until that gap is already 1.2 seconds. Although he just has much better traction than us. But on lap 3 we're in the lead. And so on to lap 6. It's still around the 1 second mark, but we've been managing it. And these softs now. I did about a lap and a half fast laps on them in quali. They're starting to struggle. I've opted for the 2-stop, so I'll be pitting lap 7. As we go through this famous S-curves at Suzuka. Track designed of course by the same guy who designed Zandvoort. A very rare fact that it's a figure of 8 circuit. I think it's only this one and Fiorano, the Italian circuit, that's a figure of 8, and that's FI grade 1, so eligible for a Formula 1 race. But we've extended that gap then through the Degners. And I'm not sure, but we're stretching this from Scammer at the moment. So I think because of he's running less wings, he may be struggling on his tyres a bit more than us. He may be sliding around, and definitely we've taken out half a second just through Spoon. What is dangerous, however, is Matty, after his spin, which I'm sure the stewards will look after the race. He's back up into third. So as he start lap 7, as you can see, it's time for me to box. I'm going to try a medium soft strategy I think. Mediums are the better race tyre around here. The soft tyres just don't feel nice at all. Sorry, the hard tyres don't. Soft tyres do for about 4 or 5 laps. And then they go off. It's the mediums that are the nicest race tyre. But we're stretching this lead from Scammer now at the moment. And we're quicker than Matty during this phase as well. So much history in this track, of course. Title deciders, epic drives. A real F1 circuit. Punishes any mistakes. As I can see, Matty now is catching up to Scammer. And as we're pulling away from Scammer, there's a Syrie there and the safety car's out. And this is fine for us, we're going to pit now. We did pit. Michelando and Brown Dog, who started on the mediums, didn't. Scammer behind me went on the hard tyres. So if I can get ahead of Brown Dog here, who's on used mediums, as the safety car peels in very, very late. There was almost an accident there.
Safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature.
We have managed to get a second to Scammer then, because of that late safety car. Not sure if Brown Dog's thinking of a move there, just getting out of the dirty air of Michelando. As Michelando runs very, very wide, but Brown Dog's sliding as well. So if I can get past these guys, and if they can hold up Scammer and Matty behind me, Scammer isn't going to pit. We're going to have to. Matty's going to have to. So at the moment Scammer's in a good position, so we need to get past Brown Dog very, very quickly and stretch that gap. As we pick up a really, really silly warning there. And being in the dirty air on this track is very, very difficult. You can feel the front just completely wash out. As the line we take through there is a bit too tight. I think I was concentrating on my mirrors to see where, to see the distance to Scammer and Matty behind me. Won't be DRS on the next lap, of course, it'll be on the one after. But Michelando's bolted now, he's 2 seconds up the road. And it's vitally important that we get us past Brown Dog. Because Brown Dog doesn't get a great exit, but then again neither do we. But I'm going to have my ERS, so I'm going to get in the slipstream. As I said, there's no DRS yet. We're going to come out. We're going to try and brave it. Brown Dog's going to brave it on the outside. He swipes us off perfectly legally. Runs off track slightly. And it's very, very difficult to overtake through this section. And that was another 4/10 that we lost. Half a second, actually. We lost to Michelando and the lead was battling. And Scammer's right behind us now. I think Brown Dog is struggling through this section on those used mediums. As he runs wide in the first Degner. We run wide in the second Degner. And there's quite the queue of cars behind us now. And so if I can get past Brown Dog, and he can do what he's doing to me, to those behind me. As I think Matty and Scar might be battling behind me now. I'm not sure how that's going to go, considering their earlier contact. But we're much better for the second part of Spoon. We get a much better run. We're going to stick ERS on straight away. Which line's Brown going to show us? He's going to show us the inside. Hold my breath a little bit as we're side by side through here, but Brown Dog gives us the corner. He may have DRS on us going into this one, so we need to make sure we nail the chicane and get a good exit. Gap to Michelando in front is now 3 seconds, although that has come down actually. And that exit was okay. His DRS now enabled, so on lap 12 we're going to try and hunt down Michelando. And hope that Brown Dog can keep Scammer and Matty behind for a little bit longer. Which he'll do. They'll struggle to overtake him for this section. And we've caught Michelando by half a second already, so. As one famous commentator once said in F1, as that's a purple sector. It's easy catching, the difficult bit is going to be the overtaking, especially on a track as narrow as this. But definitely catching Michelando here. So we're on slightly wide free Spoon. We don't get quite the exit we wanted, but our fresher tyres, it's worth using all the ERS at this stage to get within that DRS range. Then we can manage it a bit better. So that's a second on this lap, as it looks as though Scammer has got past Brown Dog now. As is Matty. So we need to get a move on. That's a second gained on this lap. And so we need to carry on with this pace. And so as we start lap 14, we're in the DRS zone. And surely that's going to be a matter of time. I can already feel the dirty air there as we run slightly wide out of the double apex first corner. The gap to Matty behind is 3.7 seconds, 3.8. So even if he tried to get an undercut at this point, I don't think it would work. Although Matt and Man's pace in fourth, I'll need to be wary of, but that's a safety car out. And that'll neutralise the race, and I assume everyone will pit now. And we'll still be in second place. And so at the restart on lap 16, we've got Matty behind us. There's Michelando bolts, we've got to small snap of oversteer coming out of the last chicane. Michelando put the softs on, so he will be quicker for the first couple of laps. As they're side by side behind me. So Michelando will be quicker, he will have more grip. We used a set of mediums in quali as well, so these aren't brand spanking new. So I just need to stay close and wait until those softs go off. The Man has got past Matty, and he's all over our rear wing already. And Michelando has bolted on those softs. Let's go into Kobayashi. Oh, we hit the curb, we're going to be a bit compromised coming out. We've got the inside line, there's contact! Oh no! We're right round. Damage to the rear wing, I think we'll be okay to continue.
4.0 seconds.
Skarma was involved in that somewhere, we'll have to see a replay. You can see his car there in the wall. And so here's, we had a poor exit off the hairpin. We have the inside line going to 200R, and the replay doesn't exactly show what happens there. A load of dust kicked up, part of our rear wing off. Skarma absolutely beached in the wall. And so it was promising to at least be a podium, if not a win. We're now at the back of the field. Tyres ruined, nearly spinning it through Spoon as well. Best thing to do now is to put a set of softs on, go to the end.
You've got damage to the rear wing.
Maybe nick a point for fastest lap.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't.
But I don't think we'll be seeing any other cars on track.
Just be careful.
And as I said, Michelando puts the fastest lap in. He's very, very quick on those softs. There's a DNF in front of me. Mick's gone off somewhere.
Officials have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no
And that's a VSC.
right now.
And so we'll pit into this, so that's a safety car. So if we pit for softs now, we might have a choice. Marty pitted from second place, or third place, sorry, onto softs. No one else did. So this will be interesting. And I think it'll be a case of me following Matty through traffic. We've still got a bit of damage to our rear wing though, so I don't think we'll be able to keep up as much. But we're both on the softs, and we're going to try to make some moves with 6 laps to go. Be happy with the top 7 or 8 here. When it was only a few laps ago, I was hoping for a victory. There's one. There's Brown Dog out. I think he's going to recover that car, but that's one move done. And so the next target for me and Matty at the moment is Niari, who's in P7. And so I imagine me and Matty are probably the quickest cars on track at the moment on these tyres. But we're both stuck in traffic. And I'm really struggling even more now with traction because of that rear wing. This is Matty going to have a look at Niari through 130i. He's very close. This could either be brilliant or it could all end in tears. Regardless, I hope they're to pick up the pieces. Matty's thought about it. He doesn't get the move done. Niari defends out the chicane, so he's going to take a compromised line, and Matty should be able to go straight up. Get a much better exit. And so that's Niari done, and we're going to need to follow him.
Your tyres need to go the distance.
Which we do. Niari gives him the space. And already, as soon as he got behind Niari then, I could feel the understeer. So difficult to follow for this first section here at Suzuka. And because we're caught in the dirty air here, Matty's able to drive away now. And that traction off corner still isn't great because of that compromised rear wing. two cars directly in front of me don't have any time penalties either. Although I think Matty's caught in traffic at the moment. Because Niara goes slightly wide at 130R. We're going to brake there. Yeah, we're not got the greatest of lines going out the chicane. I don't think we'll get Niara here. We won't have DRS. It is enabled, but it'll be enabled for the next lap. And so Matty's back with us because he's stuck in the traffic ahead, so it's just us weaving through traffic at the moment. And that's a spin, and I believe that was Jock. As Niari goes off the road and comes straight back on. We're on the inside going into Dunlop. We've got the inside line. A bit of rubbing, no harm done I don't think. But even that lost this time to Matty and Theon in front. And I know Niari has some really good speed in a straight line, so this is the move. As you can see, Niari went off track, came back on, tried to defend. We had the inside line into Dunlop. Got our elbows out and got through. And I think that's a move by Matty on the inside of Theon into the Kobayashi hairpin. And so Theon will be our next target, making his debut here in Japan, running a very, very respectable 6th. Although his time penalties may cost him towards the end. And so me and Matty are still working through all this traffic. I think he's stuck behind Laverick at the moment. Scam has popped back into the chat, so he's obviously okay after that incident earlier. Hopefully the medical team checked him. So we're going to follow Theon through here. Niari's right on our back now as well. Oh, so the back end, Theon's back end comes out. Acceleration before adhesion. So that's now the top 6. Matty's all over Laverick, who also has a time penalty. Hopefully we'll follow him through there as well. But Niari is still behind me within a second, just because he gets really, really good traction off the corners, which I can't manage to do with this wing. And his straight line speed is very, very good. So I just need to make sure that he's not within DRS range. As we run wide and spoon, and as I said earlier, these softs don't last very long. And I'm starting to feel it. Matty seems to have a run on Laverick. It's Fernando Alonso, Michael Schumacher all over again. He's going to go around the outside of 130R. Oh, there's contact. Laverick keeps it on the road. We're not going to get past the chicane, but he takes a very strange line through there. Car must have been unsettled, so this should be pretty straightforward. And so we're going to be able to follow Matty through again. Laverick's going to defend that. We're going to give him space around the outside. We've got the inside curb. We've probably got more grip, more acceleration, which we have. And so now, me and Matty will be chasing after a podium position. But I don't think anyone's got penalties ahead. However, on the last lap, Rob Wills has got a 3-second penalty. He's only 3.5 seconds. Matty's going to be ahead of him at the end of this. We're going to try and carry on. And we may be. We've caught up with Matty quite a bit during this last couple of laps. We're within a second. There's probably nowhere to make a move now, though. There's Mattoman slipping down the order. His times are very, very slow. He must have picked up damage here in the last lap. He was fighting for the lead.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
And Suzuka, probably one of the worst places to have front wing damage. And that's Mattoman there. We're going to catch up. At one point I thought it was a win, but it looks as though we're going to have P4. I'm not sure where Rob Wills is. There may be the chance of getting Rob Wills at the end of all this. I don't think there will be. But after a very, very eventful race, there will still be a Welsh flag on the top step of the podium. Well done Michelando for his first win. And that was a P4, half a second off Rob Wills in the end. And so they're the final positions. In terms of the championship, that means Matty extends his lead to 369, Rob 231, Mataman 232, myself 217, and Skarmo will stay on 191. So the battle for second is definitely on. Matty with a great recovery drive after his strategy put him to the back of the grid. Quite happy with our recovery drive after all that as well. Aided a bit by others, but a good race nonetheless.